Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with the Pick Dawgz Soccer Crew, Goran, Kirk, and Jack. It's Thursday, it's January 16th, and in addition to the two EPL games that we have in separate videos up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel, we have this video with, I believe, three Copa del Rey games, which is the Spanish Cup competition opposing La Liga. And the only reason why we are doing these games, if I'm being honest, are because they're pretty solid matchups of all the teams playing in La Liga, so the top flight of the Spanish football. And pretty much, I would say at least half of these teams are doing solid job this season in La Liga. So let's get into it. Kirk, Athletic Bilbao and Osasuna, they were one of the most consistent teams in the league, in Spain, in Europe, whatever you want to say. And they still are pretty high up. They are coming off of a loss in the Spanish Super Cup, though, and they have been actually conceding goals quite steadily.
This game's in Bilbao, right? This isn't like a Saudi
Yeah.
shit.
No,
All
no,
right.
it is in Bilbao, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just had to confirm. Yeah, I was gonna go with Bilbao on the money line, but it was kind of just very just boring at minus 180. So I took it down a notch. Both teams score equals no at minus 140, but that's basically saying Bilbao to nil. So I'm gonna upgrade it to Bilbao to nil. Probably get a plus price in that one. Yeah, I don't see how Bilbao concedes in this game.
I mean, it's a single leg matchup, right? So if a team goes ahead, that means the other team has to attack, and potentially all of these games on the slate could be a low-scoring games because it's a one-leg matchup, and nobody's really going to be willing to risk, especially of those smaller teams like Celta Vigo, like Rayo Vallecano, even Osasuna. So I could see them potentially parking the bus, but like I said, I'm going against you here, Kirk, in this one. I'm going to take both teams to score actually at plus 110. I could see a 1-1 game here, but then again, I could see a 0-0 game as well. So simply because it is a single leg matchup, I do expect if either side goes ahead, I expect the other side to show up and step it up a little bit. So I'm going to take both teams to score in this one, Jack.
Yeah, going with the over 2.5 here. Again, it's cup games. I feel like I say this every single long form video. We have cup games in the slate. They're just so hard to read, and it's one of the main reasons why we don't really do them that much is because you don't know what the lineups are going to be. Like we're recording this to what's today? Wednesday today. We're recording this day before, an hour before kickoff. We could find out that it's a pure rotated team, and kind of everything we said is kind of off the books. So I do strongly recommend everyone, if you are betting these games, you wait till the lineups are out to see if it's somewhat of a first team. But if it is, I think it's over. I think it's over 2.5 here. I think, as you said, the same kind of logic. If there's an early goal, which Bilbao have done plenty of times this season, Osasuna have to stop defending and they have to start attacking. Otherwise, they're going home out of the competition. So over 2.5 is the play here.
Now, for the next game, we have Real Sociedad hosting Rayo Vallecano. Both teams in pretty solid form. Both teams coming off of a win, if I'm not mistaken. Both teams actually on a two-game winning streak, but we know that Sociedad has been a specialist this season to get those low-scoring 1-0 or 2-0 games wins, keeping a bunch of clean sheets, especially at home. But then again, the same logic applies here. If I'm being honest, both teams to score could potentially be a good bet or another low-scoring game, Kirk.
Yeah, I don't agree with you guys on that Bilbao Osasuna game at all. At all. Jack, I would bet you the under 2.5 at even money if you want it.
Say that again.
I'd bet you the under 2.5 at even money.
You want to do it? $30. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's dance.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, this game, Sociedad are the kings of 1-0, 2-0 games, and we're getting them at a pretty decent price on the money line. Maybe it's even 2-1, which would actually shock me and the rest of the world. I'm gonna just go with Sociedad on the money line at minus 145. Pretty good price. They probably win this 1-2-0. So that's why I don't have an exact score for you, because they love those 1 or 2-0. You could bet both 1-0 and 2-0 exact scores. And if one of them hits, you're probably still netting plus 400. So do whatever you want to do.
I mean, you could bet those correct score bets that they have 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, or 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, or whatever they have offered. That's usually offered at a good price. But I think that this potentially has a very good chance of being a low scoring game. So I'm going to take the first half draw at plus 115. I could see a 0-0 first half easily, and then 1-0, maybe 2-0 if Rayo Vallecano opens up towards the end of the game for Sociedad. So first half draw for me. Now the last pick of this video: Real Madrid as Celta Vigo.
I
Did
don't
I
get my
skip you,
pick.
Jack?
It's okay. It's okay.
God,
Yeah, I was just
damn it.
gonna
I
say.
apologize.
I was just gonna say Sociedad's don't really attack that much at the moment. They're not scoring. Rayo also like prioritizing defense over offense. So under corners, 9.5 people are gonna see that and go, "Oh, it's only 9." Well, I don't think it's that gonna be that big of a problem. I think it's gonna be 5 or 6 maybe in this game if they're lucky.
Okay,
Goran,
so under 9.5 quarters for Jack. Yes, Kirk.
I get skipping Jack on a long form video with 15 games, but 2 games in, come on now.
I mean, we are 6 minutes in. We have 3 games to do, so it's no, but it was an honest mistake, anyways. If I want to skip Jack, I'll just kick him out of the studio, anyways. So
There we go.
after the last one of this video, Real Madrid and Celta Vigo, like I said, Real Madrid coming off of another embarrassing performance against Barcelona. They got their asses whooped. And they ended up losing that Super Cup finale. Of course, Celta is no Barcelona, and this is gonna be I want to say a fairly comfortable game for Real Madrid. But to get some value out of them, Jack, I mean, we either have to take them on -1.5 or take them to win and over 2.5 goals and stuff like that. So, what do you like?
Yeah, taking them to win to nil. Really, the only plus money play I like, if I'm honest. -1.5. It's doable, very doable. I mean, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm sorry in advance, but it really just does depend on the lineup that Real Madrid put out. Let's not forget about the travel that they've had to Saudi Arabia and so on recently. They've got a lot of games coming up, so I'm expecting rotation, which makes me feel like the 1-0, 2-0 is very possible. So Real Madrid to nil is my play.
For Real Madrid is the fact that their next 3 games in a row are home games. So Celta Vigo, Las Palmas over the weekend, and then Salzburg in the Champions League next week. So there's not going to be any travel time involved for them, which is good news for them. But I don't know what to think about this one. Honestly, I'm hoping that Celta Vigo can do something. I think I found some value in their over 3.5 shots on target at plus 140 for Celta Vigo. I don't necessarily think they're even going to score a goal, but at some point they will have to open up an attack because Real Madrid will surely get ahead in this game, Kirk.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid play their stars. I mean, you're not gonna want to lose another game here.
I don't know.
Nah, they're gonna put in their first class lineup.
I mean, they play Thursday, so obviously they play this game on Thursday. Then they play Sunday, and then they play Wednesday, Champions League as well next week.
I understand.
I just don't see it personally. But go ahead. Sorry.
They're gonna against Las Palmas. They'll do what Barcelona does. They're gonna. I mean, they have Las Palmas. They win that game 1-0. They'll park the bus after they score, and that's gonna be that game. This is a cup game. This game means a little bit more, in my opinion, especially against a better opponent. You're not gonna want to go into the start of this new year. I think Celta Vigo, they might be able to score because Madrid's defense has just looked terrible. That's why I'm going with Real Madrid -1.5. Could be 2-0, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2. Who knows? But I think Madrid wins this one by 2 at least.
That's it for this Copa del Rey on Thursday, guys. Hope you have a great day. Good luck with all of your bets, and have in mind it's a big weekend once again ahead. All of the leagues are now back. And it's going to be busy, especially Saturday, since most of the Champions League teams will be playing on Saturday. So lots of games. And then, of course, like we keep saying, Champions League next week. Finally, it's back. The last 2 games of the so-called group stage. And then we are moving on to the knockouts. But thank you for joining us, everyone. Good luck, and we'll see you soon with more free picks.